Live, live from Elkton, Maryland. It's Dr. Mia Lueth. Let me see. I'm adjusting the light again because I have the window open and it's not sunny today. So I'm trying to. There we go. I'm just adjusting light for certain things. um, yeah, this version. These things might start skipping, jumping. The camera, this computer, the capabilities are not the same as the laptop I just had before. And that's gone. Right. I'm not, I don't care who anybody is, just get out of my way. Unless you're Jesus of Nazareth. But I'm definitely not Jesus for crying out loud. And yeah, well, I mean, look, LGBTQ. Okay, all y'all, I'm not confused about the fact that I'm a female and I dig dudes. Yeah. So yeah, right. I'm sure of it. There's no doubting that one. I know. Well, I used to get around a little bit more when I was younger. Okay, every so often I was a bit of a dog. But no, I totally, I know. And here's the thing: I'm gonna tell her right this right out loud. Let's see. I've been celibate for about 12 years. Yeah. I get grumpy sometimes, you know what I'm trying to say? It makes me grouchy. I know, it's true. Some of you are probably right. Like, I know what I need, but I can't do the fly by nights. I'm just not, it's just not, I'm too old for that. Yeah. I got out of that a long time. I barely had my toe in the pool of that and it was pulled out because I had to learn to be like super sober, highly vigilant from the time I was a child because of my very volatile household and other things changing constantly. Yeah, well, my parents we lived in the same house, but like kept moving us around in schools. So we went to different schools. It was I don't know. Like I talk about schools, and I just like, all right. Well, I'm glad I'm far enough away from that these days because it's mostly college, and that stuff I have still paperwork and like if I try to remember the high school in the order it went, I don't even care. I'm not going to waste my time doing that. I'm also not going to waste my time, okay, with the bullshit artists trying to talk sweet nothings at me. Uh, Last chance, okay? If you're not actually any of those air quote celebrities you're claiming to be on my direct messages on X, formerly Twitter, okay? Yeah, right. So some of you are operating incorrectly. I'm sure of it, and yeah, some of it doesn't even seems like it's really uneducated AI or right like one of the aliens. I hate you. There are such things as aliens on the planet. Well, this is true. I mean, right. And depending on how you use it in a sentence, you're just alien to this. You know, like if you move from like uh, you know, the eastern hemisphere to the western hemisphere, somewhere totally different. Lots of things. Right. It'll probably take you a little while to adjust. Right. So I say this often. Okay, if it's listed as education, my qualifications are yes, PhD, two masters, two bachelor's and now 2 associate of the arts degrees and national goalie key, right? American scholars and whatever else kind of fancy shit you guys like to hear or see. I have certificates coming out my butt. Well, that's the one thing about community colleges is that they have like shorter courses and they have a little more, yeah, maneuverability for people who work for a living. That's more common. At yes, community colleges have people from like 60 to 17 or so. Right. And I enjoyed community college. I got a lot out of it, but also it helped me be able to afford to graduate from a 4-year college. Okay? In the state of Maryland, I didn't have to apply, right? Well, anyway, okay. I mean, I have qualifications. I'm a lifelong learner. Some stuff gets all messed up, and instead of me feeling like shit, all right, and especially considering, yeah, I still have to battle PTSD. Okay, I still have that battle, and there are times when I just know better to, yes, avoid certain things. I'm allowed to do that. Well, I'm just also saying that maybe there should be quiet places on all the times. There's when there's meant to be fireworks. Yeah, spend a bit of time having quiet, more low key events as well. Little children, elders, right? People, fireworks. If I don't know they're coming and people are lighting off fireworks or whatever, if the bang or what I hear sounds similar to something else, then right, I start getting flashbacks, and mine get pretty severe. That's why it is not recommended that I carry a loaded firearm. Not because I'm right going to use it on somebody. That would be my last resort. Right. Yeah. So I'm not law enforcement, but I've worked alongside law enforcement. I understand compliance in the United States. I also worked for air quality management association for a little while that had to do with the mid Atlantic air pollution, and most of the time you aren't breathing cleaner air in the wintertime around here. Micro more particles are smaller, PM10. By now they're probably at a PM, yeah. Okay, volatile organics, so on and so forth. Okay, well, I learned a lot from that, but my experience just in regular everyday things is basically a lot of people can't beat my curriculum every time. And there's even a shitload more who can't afford me. Sick or not. I can string together 35, a solid 35. I mean, a lot of times places I've worked, sometimes they just know, okay, well, we should just let you go because she's gonna grow and she's gonna, yeah, all this other stuff, and you'll go be a superstar. Yeah, I know. I hear a lot of things. Okay, you should be a little mindful about what comes out of your mouth, not just like you know, right. There are a lot of people that you're faking it, man, and I really, it, it's not necessary. It's not a trap or a trick. Like gratitude's not a trap or a trick. What's the matter? Did somebody hurt you? Or if somebody did, man, you gotta tell somebody. I mean, if you really don't, you just go into the write it down. Or okay, don't try and handle it yourself. So yeah, so those who have lifelong PTSD, there are certain things that exacerbate it, and unfortunately, with the kind of medication I have to take, yes, I'm a little extra vigilant, and that just it's like my body's on the wrong alertness mode. Some people might understand this, right? So yeah, but I'm also a little bit more because I quite honestly am right using my no fear whistleblower protection provided to me by the United States government and Homeland Security. So I don't have any big juicy secrets. But some of the things I saw, yeah, certain places, somebody should have let me disclose to you from that side, from the government side, right? Not just from the contractor company side, right? Yeah, because if I was the FUD of that location, I would definitely be worried about some of the people who were carrying the firearms and how they handle them and abuses of power outside their work hours. Hi, right? One person saying that she uh, had a futzy boyfriend she'd hook up with, and just she get laid or futzy. Like, you guys are, I mean, I think some people needed to take it a little more seriously than they were, right? Like, yes, I saw some firearm mishandles with my own two eyeballs. Yep. Oh, there's some stuff. Yeah, that's why I'm saying NFTTU. Like, yep. I don't care. Like, I don't care if it's like 10 years, right? Nope. Okay. There's some things that you got to stress test on with firearms. There's some things you need to express what kind of medications they're on. You understand? Right. Some of the things that I saw would lead to serious legal ramifications for everybody. Nobody wins. So, right, they were talking to a certified genius. So it's just like, well, some things, yes, I'm street smart too. I have no choice. See, people think it's only one or the other. But that's because some of you just, most of your thought processes happen on your left brain, and some only on the right brain. Now, the corpus callosum is something physical. It makes males and females different. Okay? So, it's, well, I guess God couldn't find a dude who wanted to marry me. I have no idea. Well, everybody's like, God can do this and God can do that. I'm like, what? When? I'm 53. I mean, what's the holdup? I'm like, I'm sure somebody's bullshitting me along the way. Right. Well, yeah, I'm not slinging bullshit. I mean, I know how to do it, but I'm not doing that. I am saying that I can understand where some people come from. Like, they'll be online for a while and then they have to take a break, and that's okay. I suggest that you do that. Okay. If it starts weighing on you heavily and you start perceiving that people are becoming more and more negative and it starts to affect you and bother you and you can't really get it out of your head, stop immediately. If you're friends with somebody like that, stop them immediately. Okay? Don't let that get any worse. In the United States of America, you can at the very least, uh, yep, dial, what's it called? Yeah, I forget what it's called. I know. I'm a little tired, so like, yeah, I want to take a nap, but I know it's not going to happen. I have trouble sleeping. I don't bother. Sometimes I just lay in bed just to rest my body. I have to do that. That's another thing is, I've known for a while, no. Some of this is not right, necessarily a spiritual matter, and some of it's not necessarily, yes, not one. So, anyway, there are plenty of things that I want to say. I may not say them, okay, at first because I have to, I'm training myself to remember these things a little better, right? So that I can be a little more cohesive with my two social media accounts. Okay, I need it easier for me. So instead of writing and typing and doing things on WordPress, okay, I was hoping I could get enough money and a little bit of help so that I could just take over Sing from the Crease, or yeah, um, Sing from the Crease is my Gmail, but it's also my blog has a little video, has some audio, right? I do, every 10 years or so, I do try to kind of like look through it because maybe there's dead links or there's stuff that, like, I may have made a mistake entirely. Like, wait, oh, okay, I shouldn't have done that. Hey, look at all these typos I made. Yeah, I mean, I try. And then, but I haven't taken any down, okay, that I've done like that. Uh, right. Somebody was trying to help me accidentally posted some stuff, but yes, they were in draft form and they would have changed dramatically. Yeah, sometimes I'll just quickly make notes and just in enough depth so I remember what I was thinking. And then from that point, they're like reminders. And I have learned how to do that for myself. So, yeah, I mean, but I have to do all of it myself, and that's not okay. Especially Christians. Hi, excuse me. I'm ordained minister, right? Okay, like I've done so much studying. This is what I'm saying. It doesn't even matter if I went to seminary or not. I'm not Catholic, which is why I wouldn't go to seminary. But so put some Catholics. I can throw some, wave a big old book at the Catholics, start smacking them with it real hard, like, hey, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? When was the last time you actually read scripture? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, what if Jesus is a vampire? Yeah, I don't mind vampires. Like, I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna kill me, you actually gotta eat me. You just do that quick. Be merciful about the whole thing. Be an ass, right? But there's some options available. And I'm like, I just need one of you. I feel like working the night shift. All things possible with God. Right. Well, this is what I'm saying. So, there, yes, through spiritual eyes, people need to be seen. Yeah, no matter whether they believe it or not. Okay. So that some pick up things that other people don't. Okay. So, together, if we all look, and some having certain skills and some having longer time using them, or right. Some people with spiritual gifts have no idea how to explain them, right? But it takes a while to be 100% sure that that's what it is. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I understand where some things come from. People online should really know better, right? You know, if you're going to be decent to someone in public walking around the street, and, I mean, are we going to start attacking each other because somebody's wearing freaking, you know, particular t-shirt or color? I mean, enough is enough. Is what I'm saying. Some of you like dragging shit. Like, excuse me, people close to my age anyway. What are they doing? Don't let them think they run the world. Okay, jump in here, dumbasses. Like, I need some elders with eyes on too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yep, I need some elders who know a bunch of things about the industry jumping on young blood. Yeah, let's make sure he's got friendlies over there. Okay, right. I like him. He's a wing nut, but that's okay. I like it. It's all good. He There's certain things he'll grow out of and appreciate. Right. I mean, he's not even 30 yet. Right. Well, he's talented. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, he's got a new double album out. I've only heard a little bit of it. Yeah, I have, no money. Like, yeah, you guys been trying to swindle, romance scam me, and yeah. Now here's the other thing: fake celebrity accounts. Right. Any of you see this? Okay. Anybody sees this? Like, send this to, if you know these people, or their crew or team or their management company or whatever. All right. It's unacceptable. Okay. It's just unacceptable. Some of these cannot be these people. Okay. Yeah. DMs. They're like, there is no way that Elon Musk has, 10 different accounts. And actually, it's more like 20. And because apparently his mom has an account, according to my phone in my DMs. And so does his son, somebody. Right. And Russell Crowe, that can't be Russell Crowe. Wait, here, listen. Listen, everybody, I'm going to hold it up. You would be able, my ears are trained, but even untrained ears, okay, would know if you've heard Russell Crowe talk. Okay, listen.
Hello, how are you doing? So this is me, Russell Crowe, reaching out to a few of my fans here on X to thank them for their love and support toward me and my family. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You mean the world to me.
Right, that's not Russell Crowe. Here's the account if anybody wants to fuck him up. Right, okay, I got plenty of this. That was not Russell Crowe, man. Right, you don't even have to be as well trained in the ears and some right as I am. So no, there's no freaking way. Right, it sounds nothing like him. Right, so yeah, this one, I'm like, yeah, I need to get into the account. There we go. Block user. Yes. Just, I tried to report. I'm like, based on your rules, I'm supposed to report this, and they said nobody broke. I'm like, they're pretending to be someone else. Right. But that's what I'm getting at. I mean, if they're these actual celebrities, right? I'm 100% sure would easily be able to have someone call me on the phone and do like professionally, right? Like, and then there's some people claim to be from Interpol. Yeah, here you can get eyeballs on this. Anybody wants to see what kind of evidence I've got? Quite a bit actually. Screenshots, the works. I know how this goes. Jeremy Renner, I don't know. People who worked for Brent Smith, apparently. Quite a few Brent Smiths from Shinedown. Uh, yes. most of the young blood accounts ditched. Oh, there's Johnny Depp in there now. I don't know. No, excuse me, Depp. I didn't say Hollywood vampires, though. I just, yeah, Jeremy Renner, there we go. Oh, Justin Furstenfeld popped up a couple days ago. All right, so yeah, there none of them are verified accounts, and this is too similar to bullshit. And yeah, well, I got hit with a romance scam. Now here is the thing, is that I was actually ahead of it because I have certain type of security on my PNC bank account when it came to the ministry money, because I started a nonprofit 501c3 organization, okay, a music ministry which could raise funds for things nobody fucking thinks to raise funds for. So yeah, absolutely, that was not Russell Crowe. I mean, right? You don't have to have a trained ear to know that. Yeah, other ones just like, let me see. Oh, I know. I keep trying to pull me over Telegram. I, I, I don't care who you are. I don't really care if one of these is fake and one of these is real. I don't care. Okay, I am not answering questions because there's that information about me online, as I keep saying. Okay, you can do a search for singing from the crease. Okay, you can do a search for Dr. Maria Lueth. Okay, Lueth. You can do a search for Dr. Mia Lueth. Okay, you can do a search before I got my doctorate. If I get in the zone, I need people around me to help pull me out. Otherwise, it's just abusive, and I will make sure certain things are legally on paper. Let's see. I think this is a Pepsi product. It's the only Pepsi product I'll even touch. PepsiCo, yes. All right. There's a lot of things I don't know about. People just like assume that I know all about it, and then giving me shit because I don't know about it. At no time did I claim to profess any particular knowledge. And sir, I'm owed. Right? Yeah. Reparations. That's what I'm saying. No, I actually do. I want lawyers that might actually eat their own grandmas. Right. Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's what I want. Yeah. Some of them, well, entertainment industry lawyer. Yeah. I mean, there is a way for me to prove that my intellectual property was used. Yeah, a lot of it wasn't really erased. Some of it was, backed up, but then some of it gets backed up on archive places and right, servers. Who knows? Maybe so that the government can get into my business, which is okay with me. Okay, especially federal law enforcement, right? Like I have some things to say about Flexi and NFT to you to make absolutely certain I hit this fucking point home. And yes, Homeland Security, a certain portion of Homeland Security about firearms. It's very important. Okay, I come from a psychology background. Get what I'm trying to say? I have enough. I saw enough to know. Too many unprofessional individuals who spend a lot of time not taking things seriously, including paid training. That's not okay. I saw weapons violations. Unsafe. Boy, I got some stories for you. Private stories. Right. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. But also, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just tell the FBI and they can just sort it out and, figure out just here, you guys use footsies too. I'll just tell you, okay? But let's not have Homeland Security be giving me a hard time, man. I'm trying to. Right, say what I need to say. Yeah, this is the thing. A lot of people you don't really understand. Okay, I yes, I don't really need training for a lot of things. So I've driven millions of miles. I mean, I would say thousands, but it's more like millions. And there were times when I would sing 5 to 10 hours a day without stopping. There's someone else who would do it with me, so we're both witnesses for each other that way. Uh, yes, I've been working on my voice since I was very young. Right. So I know I can sing. Yeah. I do have to get used to, dropping down an octave or maybe even two. Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to that. I don't have proper recording equipment right now. It's a goal. I mean, but yeah. This last time, the loss of my belongings. Yeah, and I'm not going to assist in the cleanup like that without getting paid a hefty handsome sum of money. Some people are beaming things at me. Like, what? I'm not in your plan. That's why. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I take solitude and I make sure that I've learned from any dumbass maneuvers before I move on. Also, great. Waiting to get married. I mean, I'm 53. Let's just face it. Like, what the fuck? Get out of my way, everybody. Yeah, like, I know, but you gotta know. I have a functional neurological disorder. Something like that. What? Yeah, I think, well, that's the other thing is that some of this could be, I don't know about slang and codes that are used for the flesh peddlers. It's like, I'm not looking for a nice lady to have sex with. I appreciate it. I don't care how nice she is. Yeah, yeah. Dudes only. If you're confused, just skip me over, man. I am. I'd rather just, like, can I just, can you guys just take it easy on me? I mean, the stuff is there, right? Some of it's still, yeah, emails and crap. I mean, I can tell you the story, and I'm like, right, but it wasn't fitting that profile at all. I started falling away from that profile. So there must have been someone who genuinely needed help, but right, exactly what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying to everyone. There's some people who, yes, can now, but they're all males. Read me. Yes, easily, more easily. Yes. We'll all start to be able to read each other. Yes, see, even on live video. Or, yeah, I mean, you'll be able to, yep, even if you don't get it live, you just have to do that with a little help. So it's best to try and do that live, which is why I just try and stay live. Okay. But yeah, I have evidence, screenshots, law enforcement, people who don't want this crap happening to you or yours, or dummies who've been doing it, not realizing there are real world consequences. Okay. Using certain technology. Right. Right. Anyway, some of the stuff is technical and boring anyway, so no fear. I'm not interested in talking to the press, and there's no way I would talk to anybody if I weren't right, absolutely sure that that person see that person in the physical with their proper credentials. Okay, right. So if you're faking being from Interpol, that could be a very serious crime that you can actually probably go to jail for, because that's, yes, impersonating a uh, trust figure. If you're trying to fuck up somebody's life that way, maybe you didn't know that's what you were doing. So it's what I'm saying. Those who didn't know, there's some who make sure that you do now. You can't forget it. And it's just everywhere you go, and there's no way you could possibly ever forget. Right. Well, I didn't forget 9/11 though. Right. Professionalism. People with firearms need to exhibit higher quality standards of professionalism. Yeah, and so yes, people who might be trained in some things, but also can be liaison. I get that too. I mean, yeah, and the population has to be willing to actually say, like, uh, we have people running loose and nobody ever gets arrested here, and if they do, it's rare. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I had to move all my stuff, which meant another bunch of loss for me. But at this point, I get to the point where it's just, well, what can I fucking do about it? Not shit, not squat. But did I forget about it? Was it the right thing to do? No, it wasn't. And a little bit of my intellectual property, fine, have it. Okay, did happen once, and they did manage to get their song. It's their song now. I'm like, oh, I didn't have anything to do with that shit. I played a little bit on mainstream radio, and no, it did not last. Right, it was totally not the song I had visions for certain things. No, anyway, but these things are actually the parts of life that some of you swear aren't necessary, but they are. Right. Okay. I am that kind of creative person. It will start to really cause me some issues if I can't record and create some songs. And I'm not, once again, practicing to get moved again. Yes, it is an issue when you have certain individuals who have certain ailments and dispositions and a bunch of negative experiences in life. Okay? All right. That pretty much get a lot of people, whether you really thought so or not. Yeah, I don't really want to repeat on anybody or any reason what's been done to me, because that just wouldn't be right at all. Unfair, unkind, right? But there are innocents walking around the planet. You understand? And that is the other thing. It's just sometimes, right, you don't know what some law enforcement are doing or military. Okay. So, trying to say, well, the government's not doing anything. Well, who said it was the government who was supposed to do anything? Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, fine. So, right, there's just too many people live in the United States who think you've been enlightened and made aware and you're awake. And that's not, that is not the case. Also, you need the book of the dead and the book of life. If you're not in either, you disappear from this world. You can't ever return. Okay? I can only repeat the truth of what is happening on earth right now. And some of you don't see it, but if you pay attention, it'll start making more and more sense to you. You'll start understanding better, and then it'll 100% make sense to you because there's the Holy Spirit can help you put the right wires together. So, yeah, I was a stunt car driver for a hot minute when I was younger. And yes, well, I got pulled out of that because, yes, injured a bit and issues with insurance and other kind of stuff. It's just, yeah. So, but then, yeah, I was like, oh no, not I have babies in there. All right, see you later, assholes. Like, what do you mean? We're the ones who did all the fucking driving. I know, like, yeah. Hold on a second.
How do I get this to print?
Okay. Let me see. All right. Down here. Is your printer on? Okay. Try this again. Just like that. Why? That's what it is. There it is. That one's what it was. You don't need any color, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Just one?
Yeah.
Hit print. Nothing popped up, so I'm sure I hit print. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a little more techie oriented than some people, so I don't mind doing it. I know I don't have like highly professional stuff the way some people might want to, but I don't care. It's my documentary. It's my life. It's my, you know, business to give a shit. But there's not much I can do about it in certain ways because I don't have those kind of resources. But I know people who do. Is what I'm saying. Right. I kind of like my privacy, but I understand people who really like theirs too. So, you know, people trust me in their grandiosity and all their wonderful treasures because I don't give a shit. Right. Right. But that's not why I would watch their dogs or, house sit. So, yeah, I know how to work tech a little better than some people when it comes to certain things. But when it comes to certain other things, it's just like I just go find someone who understands that. I have been put in a situation where quite literally everyone at that architecture, right, company, just anything that had electricity, needed electricity, whether batteries or AC or DC, somehow I was supposed to miraculously know how to fix. And no, it wasn't all hooked up together like some have now, right? I wouldn't really want that. And there'd be some manual overrides I'd feel a little more comfortable with. Right. Yeah, I'm not particularly paranoid. Again, not schizophrenic, but there are people who are schizophrenic and don't really deserve to have it seem like they're all crazy nut hatches and, they've lost their mind and they can't handle shit. Like, as though they're a lower form of being. Okay? Right. So that's what I wanted to say was Michaela, I did spell her name wrong. I thought it was a typo. But I watched Finnegan Fox recently. Drawn to it. So, what I'm going to say is some people, it happens more slowly and less obvious, just for some people. But it is true that some people rather go for the jugular, but there are people online, language differences. There are people online who maybe don't understand that it like goes all over, or what's the difference between a public post and yes, some people they don't know that. And that's why I'm saying the youngsters should hang out with the elders because the elders can make sure that the youngsters don't get preyed upon. You know what I mean? You can try, right? Give them the right senses to avoid that, right? Rock and rollers. Oh, you're definitely not God to me, man. And you guys also mostly aren't politicians. Like, okay. So I'm nerdy in a way, but there are a lot of people. Yes, the clothes I wear don't match my hair. My personality doesn't match the fact that I like, speed metal. I don't give a shit. Okay, that's not the way life works. But what I do give a shit about is there are people, and one in particular, I left a comment on her YouTube page in honor and memory of a animal rescuer, wildlife rescuer who rescued foxes. Yes, Megan or Michaela. Sorry, okay, it's Michaela, spelled differently from the way my friend spelled it. I didn't spell it that way. I forgot the why. Anyway, right. And now I'm blanking on the last name. I just had it in my head. But yeah, something that somebody wrote, like, you just stoop lower than their level. And you actually called another human being a garbage person. Well, just like maybe some people didn't realize how it would be taken. Maybe you didn't realize how it would be taken. You trying to tell me that there's human beings walking around here who are just plain garbage? Who the fuck are you? I just know I know more about Finnegan Fox as of late, right? I was watching Finnegan Fox recently, yes. So she was fragile in certain ways. And apparently felt unheard. I have been there. Right. So PTSD and yes, certain sensitivities to certain things. Yes. Also, if AI is the one badgering someone because it doesn't understand mental stress or human emotions, legally speaking, I think everybody should be aware in the United States. Let's discuss. Because it's probably already happened once, if not more. Yeah, who gets prosecuted? Not AI. That you better have a kill switch, or I'm suing the fuck out of you for as much money as I can possibly get. I need some lawyers that are in on that kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah, a couple of lawyers. Also, at least one or two, just to let you know that, I'm going to sue the United States government too, so I don't really feel comfortable in the United States anymore because I need to sue them. I mean, I can talk to you across Atlantic on video or whatever. We can figure it out. Right. USA legal. Simple. See. Yes, I'm going to sue the United States government. So I'm asking for sanctuary in Canada, the UK, Australia, or New Zealand. Whichever one of you understands. I mean, I'm basically coming with nothing. Okay. But I mean, I can work. I just need help with some adjustments, and like I can't predict what any kind of condition or any other kind of thing. Yeah, it's gonna it cause me issue, a pain issue, right? But if there's some who are willing to adjust to me, then great. I mean, I can be pretty flexible to a certain, but my situation is a little more tightly controlled and specialized, and I don't answer to any of you. So my thoughts were, what would help every living thing on planet Earth? Right. If fleas and ticks were cursed to death, if let's see, horseflies and other types of chiggers, mites of any insecticide. Yeah, any kind. Ear mites, bed mites. Yeah, just the insecta variety. And then a couple other things. Well, polio is a live virus, from what I understand. I mean, I'm not an expert, but if it's living, then there is a way. But what I have is something that is very similar to Parkinson's, and it's not in the way. Yes, because like Parkinson's, there's like you know, yes, there are patterns, and so some know right more and more have been documented, and so it seems like it's more pattern and like you kind of know what stage you're in, but you can like people now know better what to expect, how to manage medicine a little better. But I still say in the United States, right after the age of 18, that should be a part of your baseline study when you first right a CAT scan of this because in a CAT scan you might catch something that you wouldn't in a yeah, and maybe an X-ray too because you have right. I mean, you can use it for comparative studies, but also it might be what if they get ripped up? Right, what was the bone structure like before? Might help in identifying them also. Right. Sometimes there's uh, yeah some kind of surgery they might have had or some kind of uh, septum issue or something you could see. Heck, that's what I'm saying. Anybody's got special spiritual gifts. Okay, I gotta go. There's a channel in here. Alright, I gotta switch gears. That's what I'm saying. On the fly. I may not get to say what I wanted to say. We should all just take it easier on ourselves online. You know? And if I'm watching a hockey game and somebody's getting all feel fat with me, I'm like, what, are you hitting on me or what? So I don't mind that you're from the other team. It's just reasons to, have makeup sex. Yeah, I don't believe in the team rivalry thing. Yeah, I'll be in the house divided when it comes to ice hockey. I mean, sure. Unless he wants to become a Jets fan. Gotta go.